Hi everyone, this is Heather Lautinen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 215, and in our previous episode we were talking about an unhappy customer asking for a refund and my thoughts and approach to what you should do if someone is unhappy with either their service or their photos. Customer service, as we know, is extremely important because people will either recommend or not recommend you. They'll talk about you, and you obviously want them to be talking about you in the best possible light. And of course, I am sure that you have multiple personal stories of your own experiences with good and bad customer service. I thought I would share a recent one that happened to me this past weekend. My best buddy Nicole Begley and I were in San Diego, California at Amy Porterfield's Entrepreneur Experience. It was amazing. I think in a separate video, I would like to talk about the importance of not just education, but about going to conferences and events and meeting people, because there's absolutely no substitute for putting yourself in a new or different environment, because you just get exposed to a new culture, different ideas, and it can be extremely stimulating to your creativity. So that's for a separate video. But anyway, Nicole and I had this amazing time. All right, so Saturday, it was a one-day event. Saturday evening, it wraps up, and we're headed out. We're gonna go out to dinner in a little bit. We decided we need to stop at Target. Two reasons we needed to stop at Target. One was there was a hot tub where we were staying, and I forgot my bathing suit. Well, it turns out that San Diego has bathing suits year-round, not like Western Pennsylvania. So I was just gonna run on in Target and grab myself a bathing suit. Oh, let me also add, instead of staying at a hotel, Nicole and I did an Airbnb, and we were in an apartment, a 2-bedroom suite apartment that was phenomenal and about half the price of a hotel. And it was great because we each had our own master suite, but yet we could come together and work. It was fantastic. Okay, so we're stopping at Target because I need to get a bathing suit, and also because we want to pick up some food for breakfast and coffee. I wanted to have coffee. All right, so we split up, and I get my bathing suit, Nicole's grabbing some things, and I'm grabbing some things, and we meet up in the refrigerated section, and we're just carrying all this stuff. We didn't get a cart, and I said, what would you like for breakfast? I have these, they have these hard-boiled eggs prepared, and we're talking about this, and I had a pack of English muffins in my hand, and I said, oh, you know what? I don't really need these. I like to have protein in the morning, so really I just have a coffee and a hard-boiled egg. So I go to put the English muffins back. Okay, picture it, right? Refrigerated section, Target. Oh, by the way, it's super Target. So with full grocery, not well, our Target isn't a super Target. Maybe yours is where you live, but ours is not. Okay, so I go to put the English muffins back. There's this meat section. So open refrigerated, right? I set the English muffins down on the rack, and I pull my hand up, and I caught my hand funny on the rack, and it felt weird, and then I pulled my hand away, and I looked down at my hand. Can you see that? Can you see? Do you see? Are you alive? Do you see this? My center diamond of my engagement ring fell out, popped off of my hand. I caught it on the rack. I felt it. Pop! I looked down. What? My engagement ring that I've had for 20 years. This has never happened. It was insanity. So naturally, okay. Whilst I am freaking out inside, I am super calm and level-headed. And I think, the first thing I think is don't move. You have to know exactly where it happened, right? So I placed my hand on the rack, and I was like, okay, I was right here. So I don't move. And I look around just a little bit on the floor and around, and it is nowhere. I look around for a few minutes by myself before I decide to alert anyone else. So I'm still staring at my hand. Look at that ring. There's no center diamond. There's supposed to be one. Oh my gosh. So I say, hey, Nicole, because she was standing over there. I said, so this just happened. And she's like, what? I said, I caught it. I felt it pop off, but I can't find it. I don't know. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear a cling cling or anything like that. So she's like, all right, has to be here, right? Absolutely, has to be here. So we look under the floor. We start pulling food off of these racks. And the way the racks are is there's a rack, and then there's a shelf, and then it goes underneath to whatever, no man's land. So we start moving food, separating just from that like little area where we were, and there's the rack and the shelf is black, so you can see there's nothing there. So we start lifting those shelves up, and then there's a series of small fans, you know, to keep the food cool under there. They're like in a row, and they're attached to a metal thing. We are not finding this diamond. Several minutes go by. It has to be here. So I make a new friend in Target. I always like to call people by their names, so I look at his name badge and I said, "Excuse me, new team member, I really need your help." Turns out his name is Brandon. I said, "Brandon, this is what happened. I am missing my diamond. I am from Pittsburgh. I am in San Diego. I literally cannot leave the store until I find this diamond. Look at this ring. Oh my gosh." So he's super calm. He's like, "Yeah, no problem." He starts moving food. Well, pretty soon another Target employee comes over. Her name's Kim. She's like, "Well, we need to Nicole and I are like leaning into this counter and our hair is like dangling," and she's like, "Oh, you might want to be careful not catch your hair in those fans." So she goes unplugging all these little fans. They're on separate outlets. She goes unplugging them. Then another guy, his name is Will, he comes over. "Hey, how can I help you guys?" Explain the story. "Look, I have no diamond." We moved everything off of these shelves, and I'm trying to keep myself oriented in terms of where I was when this event occurred, this unfortunate event. And we were looking, and oh my gosh, I start to think, okay, I caught it and it popped up. Could it have flown upwards? So I start looking upwards in shelves. Then Nicole and I did a little physics engineering, and we were like, no, it couldn't have gone up. It had to go down. We were pulling everything out. So I said, "Can we lift this metal piece where the fans are attached?" Well, it is like attached. And she tries to lift it. It doesn't come up. It runs the whole length. Oh my gosh. We're about 20, maybe 25 minutes into this search, and I'm already coming up with plan B, which is if I don't find this diamond, they have to get my information and search until they find it and call me or send it to, I don't know. We have to find this diamond. So we're pulling all of these things up. Kimmy, finally, she strong arms it and she lifts up this metal piece that really should have been detached way down here. And guess what? Guess what? We look down. There it is. There it is. My diamond. There it is. It completely, I don't know how well you can see that, completely popped out of the setting. So it's not like the prongs broke. Like the whole setting came out. My goodness, what is happening? I really thought I was going to have a heart attack on account of my diamond was missing. But I was calm. Nicole and I were both very calm. It has to be here. They searched with us. I think it was about 30 minutes before we found the diamond. I was so grateful. Obviously, I gave Brandon a hug. I said, "Thanks for giving up your Saturday evening to help me find my diamond in the meat section of Target. Really appreciate it." I was so, so grateful. They never once made me feel like it was a burden or they were busy or I was an idiot, all of which was true. They just helped me until we found the diamond. Can you believe it? So I said, "Oh my gosh, I need to talk to your manager and whatever." And Will said, "Hey, just make sure you leave a review. If you leave a review online, that really helps." Okay. The minute I got home, I left a review for this Target, explained the whole story. Thank you so much. Today, I actually called the store. I called and asked to speak to the manager. I was on hold for a while. I imagine Target's busy at Christmas time. And this guy comes on. I explained the whole story, a condensed version, because I know he's busy. And he said, "Heather, actually, I was there. It's me, Will." I said, "Shut up. I did not know he was the manager of the store." He said, "Yeah, I'm so grateful that we were able to help you." And I said, "I left you a review online just like you asked." And he said, "Oh, that's awesome." It was amazing. Can you believe that this happened? Oh my gosh. I looked down and I was like, look, take a good look. You'll see. There's actually supposed to be a diamond in the middle of that ring. Woo! Customer service is so, so important. That is the moral of this story. You do whatever it takes to help someone, and they did, and I'm very, very grateful. Hey, have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.